can put our differences behind us. For science, you monster.
Ooh.
Hey.
Hello.
Yeah, this is Dave.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Arvind.
And, well, this is the single-player version of our Portal 2 video, which I think Sean's playing through, so any screw-ups can be directly related to him.
Yeah, but I don't screw up, Dave.
Yeah, really. Well, admittedly, he does have the slight advantage of, playing through this game before.
Yeah,
so,
I've played it a few too many times.
Yeah, if the puzzles
it's a very addictive game.
Yeah, if the puzzles seem easy, that's only because he already knows how to do them. Oh, and also, we have skipped out the...
intro bit.
Yeah, because the intro bit is about 7 minutes long, and for just watching it rather than playing through it, it's
well, we've just gotten rid of the very first bit.
For those of you who want to know what it is, it's basically look up, look down, listen to music, look at portrait.
It's just a sort of a control sequence.
Yeah.
And go back to bed.
And no one wants to see that.
No.
So the idea is that you do play as the same character as you were in Portal 1, called Shell, who's this lass who woke up. At the end of the last one, you killed the giant big robot. Don't tell me that's a spoiler, everybody knows that. And now somehow you've woken up back in the strange facility.
Reference, he's the small nice robot. He's lovely.
Yeah, his name, he's called Wheatley, isn't he? And he's played by Stephen Merchant, who's a rather funny comedian. You might recognise him.
Apparently, in the end of the first Portal, when the first AI core jumps off, that's supposed to be apparently Wheatley.
Well, rumours are rumours, really.
Yeah. So
here we are in a strange little room. We've woken up. We don't know what's going on.
And that bed looks disgusting.
And yeah, everything looks disgusting.
Well, it's overgrown. It's been centuries, hasn't it?
Well, you'll find that out in a second.
What?
He said you've been in stasis for nine.
Deterioration after a few months in suspension. Now you've been under for quite a lot longer, and it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case.
I like his puppy face.
But don't be alarmed, all right? Although if you do,
I wish I had that.
A minor case of serious damage.
I don't know what he's saying. Does anyone know what he's trying to say?
I've got brain damage. Remember, I can't understand.
Just tell me. Just
see, that could be construed as offensive.
No, I do not know what you're saying.
There is jumping.
Jump.
You just jumped. But never mind. Say apple. Apple. Okay, you know what? That's close.
What is an apple?
Jump.
All reactor core safeguards are now non-functional.
So you might have sort of guessed from that the game is quite quirky,
weird,
and just generally funny. The first one had some humour in it, but they've really gone for it in this one. It's weird. You have to make sure you've got an open mind when you're playing this, because you'll just see things and you'll go, what? And then you'll just laugh.
A lot of things aren't supposed to make sense at all. Also, the graphics, well, you see how everything's falling off the walls there? Each individual bit has like its own physics. It's not all connected together or anything like that, so it's actually...
Look, there's a
how
chair
they managed to
jumping.
do that and not, kill
Well, it's
an
down
Xbox
to the
system.
Havoc system.
It's really good.
And if you notice, if you shake around, your character moves without you having to move it.
Yeah. Here we go.
I'm not actually controlling this thing, by the way. I'm stuck. This is still a cinematic, really.
Well, no, you're not stuck. You can walk around it. It's just you might fall out.
Sean doesn't really want to. He just wants to sit there, look at the scenery.
Yeah, pretty scenery.
Be a tourist
Which
again.
is a major difference, actually. In Portal 1, there's not much scenery, really. There's just a lot of white walls, pretty portals.
And yet suddenly gigantic open space filled with
But
boxes.
in Portal 2, they've just sort of like tried to make it really much more cinematic, as you can probably tell.
But
if you've played the
still
first
keep it-
one, you'll instantly see that this is not quite the same. But it does have it carries many of the same gameplay features. In the end, it is still put a portal there, put a portal there, get through puzzle.
Actually, there are puddles, but they melt you.
They have added some more features. You've got the usual turrets and everything, and the blocks, but you've also got these things called gels, which you meet much later on. You won't see them in this video. But they speed you up, or you can jump.
Something I just realised. He said this is a docking station, and he said so he hat rammed it and said it isn't. Yeah, you see there's a line, there's arrows there. It says you got to go. It's 600 feet below.
Dave,
the idea he is a bit of an idiot.
Oh yeah.
You figure it out yourself, and it also tells you as well. He's an idiot. But it adds to the fact that you're not alone.
It adds to the quirkiness.
Yeah.
Because the first one you were completely alone, And this time you've got, you know, a couple of weird characters.
They've
to talk to you.
They've really tried to sort of, you know, give you more
Story.
company. So you've got
Yeah.
co-op, you know, co-op with 2 people, and you've got single player, you've got people to talk to. First one was very lonely. It was just you
And
the
companion
occasional GLaDOS shouting in your ear. Who's now dead.
Hooray! No, she was cool.
I quite liked her actually. I don't know if I'm alone or not.
But she's a
so
real bitch.
With the reason we're doing this right from the start, by the way, is because when it comes to puzzle games, there's only really one way of doing it, and we don't want to show you how to do it. This isn't a walkthrough, this is a review. So we're just sort of going to go through the first few missions. They're pretty easy. You know, there shouldn't be anything difficult.
Yeah, I mean, we could show you the amazing, weird, sort of mess with your head bits later, but then it'd show you how to do the levels. So
And
we're not
ruins,
there.
it ruins the immersion.
It's a
and
bit
fun.
difficult doing sort of video reviews of these types of games. You have to sort of think carefully about what you're.
So I have
you're
no
showing.
idea why we picked this one as our first. What the hell were we thinking?
Well, this is actually it won't be much of a walkthrough because people who play Portal 1 would already know how to finish these
Yeah,
missions.
many of these levels are actually very similar to the first game. But none of these are difficult. You shouldn't have a problem with them anyway. So, but it does mean that we can't show you all the really awesome stuff, which I'm sorry about. But
Play it, buy it, do it yourself.
seriously, I think you should buy it. It's an addictive game. Oddly, it doesn't really have much replay value. When you play it the second time, you have to play it the same way you played it the first time.
Yeah.
There's no choice. There's no difference. But it's fun, and you feel like playing it again, and you feel like trying to, you know, do it quicker and better than you did last time.
And if you don't want to play the game, at least buy it to listen to the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, the voice acting for this game is actually quite amazing. I mean, you know, the likes of Stephen Merchant, who you've already heard, GLaDOS is fantastic, and I mean, even the turrets and all the other little.
Turret's funny.
I don't know why. It's just got so much charm to it, a quirky sort of charm.
It's cute.
Yeah, cute. That's the turrets are
The
cute.
turrets are adorable.
Yeah, GLaDOS is a bit creepy and funny, which I don't know how they
She's
pulled that
so
off.
she's
We all
sarcastic.
love
She's
GLaDOS.
so very sarcastic, and it suits her.
GLaDOS is my favourite character.
My slow clap function tool still
You may
works.
notice that, by the way, that in this game there is not one mention of that meme cake. There is no cake in this game. The cake
Yeah.
is a lie when it comes to Portal 2. by the way.
Yeah, actually, no. There is occasional references.
There's two
to
references
It. There's
in
two
the
references to it in the
There's
entire
about
game.
2 references. We're not going to spoil it for you. You can find it yourself. But there were 2. And that's
One
it.
reference is in this
Not
video.
particularly obvious either.
No. Animal King Takeover.
Giant turret.
Yeah, it is actually a
If
legitimate
anyone
danger.
can actually, you know, explain that to us, please do.
We don't
Because
get
that
it.
doesn't make any sense.
Well, no, it makes us laugh, but we have no idea what it's about.
Well, actually, I get it, but it'll be boring for me to explain now.
I can't see it though. Maybe
Ah,
it's fell
no.
off. Do you want to go and have a quick look?
Yeah, see, this is actually the first portal device chamber from the first one. It said obviously
isn't
don't fall
actually. It's a little smaller.
Well, yeah, but it's kind of supposed to be it.
It's supposed to be similar.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have time to look around because you fall through a giant pit.
Yeah, which didn't happen in the first one, by the way, in case you're wondering.
No,
Oh, there
the
it is.
first one had much less detail in it. Really, there
Cake!
were plants and stuff.
Yeah, see, there's cake.
There's the one reference.
Yeah.
In fact, all the pictures you see here are basically the story of the first game.
Yeah.
Drawn by Ratman himself, a scientist, old scientist from
That's
Archer
a
Science.
strange character. Ratman.
You never actually see him either.
No.
No.
You'll find out about Ratman if you play it. Well, you won't, but you'll work it out yourself, and so we're not going to say anything else about it. Again,
Really, his
difficult.
story is told through
Yeah.
Easter eggs. You have to find them. Really.
Yeah, difficult doing a review of Portal. You can't reveal anything.
Yeah.
Even though you so want to, you want everyone to know what you're talking about.
You do, but it's a great game. Everyone should probably at least have a go with this. If you
Yeah.
don't have it, then find someone who does and borrow it off them.
Or
It
nick
doesn't matter
it.
if you know them. Just take it off and give it back in a few days, because you have to play this. Even
good,
if you're not
good.
particularly good at puzzle games, you will probably get some enjoyment out of this game. It is, at the very least, it's humorous. It's very funny.
Yeah. It's kind of like a
the
weird
vid-
comedy movie, but you play
The
through it.
levels aren't impossible either.
No.
I think really that sometimes one of the main dangers is overthinking it. Sometimes you spend hours just looking at a puzzle like, how am I supposed to get through this? And it turns out that the way through is extremely simple.
Yeah, they do like to trip you up.
Way too
Yeah,
much.
they do like to trip you up sometimes with smooth jazz. Okay. They do not trick you up sometimes, though. I've noticed in some by giving you extra stuff that you don't need.
Well,
They have done that, like extra wall panels that you'll never use and stuff like this.
oh, and you do see some funny bits where the scenery is trying to repair itself but failing miserably.
Yeah.
Like a floor wall panel smacking onto a side
This
wall
is the
panel.
thing, isn't it? Because in the first one, everything was crisp white and clean, and now everything's
Mucky.
falling apart.
'Cause you killed
dents
badass.
everywhere, and because the robot, big important robot, isn't able to look after it all. You'll see these things change a little later on. Though.
Yeah.
Not in this video, however. You'll still have to play the game.
Ha!
Well, if you want to see all the spoilers and everything, I'm sure there's a walkthrough somewhere on the internet. We're not going to post one because, quite frankly, there's just not much point, in my opinion. We don't like posting walkthroughs. They're boring.
I mean, okay, sure, fair enough. If you've literally been playing the game for like 3 years and you can't understand it, then you really need a walkthrough. But yeah, that's going to be continued in part 2. So,
We'll continue this in